Alright, so guys, welcome back to another video. Back at it again at Danz. I had to restart because I know I sound like shit, I feel like shit, but I think it's because I think my allergies are kicking in, and they started yesterday. So I was up 9,000 times throughout the night to blow my nose. And whatever. City was here. I don't know where she went, or a city worker, I should say. I don't know where she went. She was parked up behind the building. I think she's still here, but might have just moved. Picking up garbage, which she's doing her job. Yeah, she's over here now. Which she's doing her job. And I'm not, mad about it. Because this place is always trashed, thanks to ungrateful people. There's nothing really trash-wise back here, so I mean there is, but isn't. I don't think anything she'd be able to pick up with the trash thing. Like grab her, pick her up her thingy. So I ended up finding a piece of wire, so I pocketed that. It's right here. That's, like the bread and butter for some people is the copper. For the ones that scrap. There's some that go for everything and just scrap everything, which almost all scrappers will, that I immediately watch, pick up everything. Like scrap and pallet man. I don't know exactly, but I think he's like located in Chicago. I think, or at least the suburbs. I think he said it. I'm not too exactly sure. He picks up everything, he does pallets, scrap, because the scrapyard he goes to will buy pallets off of them. Yeah. Hi. Good, how are you?
Good, I'm fine.
Just wanted to wait for her to leave. So that's probably about a minute or so sitting there. I'm sorry. She's talking on the phone. She had her AirPods in. I seen them. I didn't want her to think I'm talking to myself here. But the scrap and pallet man will do everything. He'll pick up like bikes and wire. Well, he picks up wire, but then he saves it because the prices of scrap will fluctuate. They always do. So he'll save the wire, cut the ends off. There's, depending on the gauge wire, he'll strip them. You know, and how thick the cord is. Like with some appliances, like let's say a fridge, because he'll cut the cord off everything because there's copper in there. You know, if it's thick enough, he'll strip it. Like let's say extend power cord off the back of a fridge, or the power cord off of a stove. Cut the cords off, cut the ends off, strip those, because then you can get like either Bear Bright or clean number 2, which is what number 2 is all the, I don't know if it'd be called Bear Bright. I don't know. All the terms are confusing to me. I know if you strip copper, get it clean, you know, get it as like Bear Bright or clean number 2 or whatever the hell it's called. Bear Bright, I think, is the big shit. So it'd be almost like the, you know, gauge of power lines. You know, the big thick shit. I think it's Bear Bright when you clean it. So she dumped all that shit in the garbage here, and it's almost full. I left it. Fucking stupid. Wasted our tax dollars. Not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying that the city is hiring people that I don't think know what they're doing. Or at least not getting trained right. And she is you guys heard it. She slammed the fuck out of the door of that truck, and it's a brand new truck. That came right out of the tax. You know, that there for sure came right out of the goddamn taxpayer's pocket. Because the city will collect, or the state will. Alright, so how your taxes, from what I understand, how they work, from how I understand it, from what I remember learning in school, and what I always do, you know, so when you're working, like how I do, or your mom, my dad, my brother, you know, when you're working, you get paid so much before taxes. Right now, I'd be probably making close to $800 depending on the 2 weeks, because I get paid every 2 weeks. So within that 2-week pay period, depending on how much I work, I could easily make $900 before taxes. And like she didn't even pick that up. There's charcoal underneath it that could have been picked up. So, sorry, I'm trying to keep everything in my fucking nose here so it's not dripping out. I don't want anything to be gross. So, if taxes wouldn't be getting pulled out, I'd be making $900 easily for 2 weeks. But it's a little over $700, depending on, it ranges between $700 and $800 after tax, because, like I said, depending on how much I get paid or how much I work. And with our week, me doing my week, so the whole week of me doing my week, so I only worked, I worked most of the week, but, with me being gone for 6 days, I'm not going to have a whole lot on that check. It's still going to be a bigger amount because what I worked before my week, after my week, up till I get paid, will be on that check. So then the pay period, I think, stopped yesterday. Because that this week and next week will be on my next check. So I don't know how big my check's going to be because I'm not going to be able to be at work to get paid, to get my paycheck. So, and then one of my old coworkers that I'm friends with on Facebook yet, his name is Michael. And I'm not, roasting him, I'm not judging him at all. But when he was working with me, he's on the bracelet, fine, whatever, Life serves the 11 sometimes depending on, who it is. Depending on how bad it is and who it is and whatever. So life is just a bitch worse to some people than others. Ended up getting locked up for doing something stupid. Basically, we're all human. We do stupid shit. It's, we make mistakes. That's what makes us human. That's what makes us human. And whatever. So then the fucking, he is either the Brown County Sheriffs or whatever. So because he got put on the bracelet, they pay, make you pay to use that bracelet. Meaning that you're on that bracelet, they make you pay. And he fell behind on the payments, which I don't understand why you gotta pay. It must be just like a service thing, I guess. I don't really know. So then he fell behind on with the payments. So it's like I think either the Green Bay Police Department or the Brown County Sheriff's Office, whatever one it is, was basically taking his whole check to pay for this bracelet. And he was getting pissed off. So, how he got fired. He always get pissed off about it. He had no money, couldn't make anything. He couldn't afford nothing to eat. And this is where it was stupid because he basically said he was working for free. No, he wasn't. He was actually getting paid. He just had no money because of his actions. Because the police were taking his paychecks because of him being on the bracelet. He fell behind, so they're taking what they need to help get this overdue unpaid balance off and dealt with, which is wrong in my opinion. But in my opinion, if you want to keep put a bracelet on somebody and make sure they're doing shit right and keep track on them, you put it on, you pay the bill. it's stupid in my opinion that they have to make you pay. But unless if you damage it in some way, in my opinion, if you don't damage it in some way, like let's say cut it off or break it, whatever, shouldn't have to pay for it. But then again, they're gonna take it out of our fucking tax dollars. So then he ended up, with not having enough money to be able to eat. He was taking food from work. Like I said, he used to work with me at A&W. I was still there. He was taking food, asking me to pay for it. And I got tired of it, and I started telling him, dude, I'm sorry. The card that I used to pay for shit, I'm running low on that account right now, and I'm not transferring any money over from my savings. I had a good chunk of money saved in my savings. I told him I'm not saving, transferring anything right now because with me paying for the camper and paying for the, having to buy 2 different bikes in a matter of a year. The price, amount I paid in a year, I could have bought the fucking blue bike brand new. But, whatever. So, kept stealing food. Dee Dee said you gotta knock that the fuck off. They're gonna fucking catch that shit. She warned them. Did it? She started taking pictures to save her ass, which I don't blame her. She's doing what, in my opinion, the right thing. And so she was basically just taking pictures, so she had proof of what he's doing. And all of a sudden, bam! Showed all the pictures to our boss. And all of a sudden, bam! Michael, you're done. She's like, "What do you mean? You're fired?" She's like, then he asked why. I said, "Because you're stealing fucking food. That's theft. You're lucky." And Otto was being polite by just firing him, which stealing is a crime. But, and what I mean about her Autumn being nice was she could have called his PO and said, "Hey, Michael's over here stealing. Come get him. Turn him in," is what I'm saying. But she didn't, should have, but didn't. So, you know, that's why he got fired, just because he was doing something stupid. So, but anyway, guys, I'm gonna end the video here, and I'm pushing 20 minutes, so a little over. So I'll see you guys in the next video.